Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Bert the Stormtrooper and this is the home of That's Just Prime, the comprehensive Optimus Prime review series. I also review other Transformers, lots of G1 stuff, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, GoBots, and pretty much any other toy that may jump out of me. I also do the occasional arcade and pinball machine videos, unboxings, blogs, challenges, and miscellaneous videos where my daughter usually makes fun of me. Those are a lot of fun. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. Please be sure to click that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. I usually upload 2 videos a week, sometimes more. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share if you like what you see. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 37 Constructicon Rampage, and I'm kind of on the fence about this guy. Released in early of 2019, he is brand new and starting to hit retail stores right now. As of the time of this recording, I did find this guy in a store shelf, and he is retailing for approximately $30. So yeah, I usually say I love this toy. This one I'm kind of on the fence with. So a while ago, I made a decision to not collect Transformers unless they're specifically Optimus Prime figures or the occasional Ultra Magnus or Rodimus. But unless they're Masterpiece or G1 or specifically Optimus Prime, I really wasn't collecting any other Transformers. I was finding myself in a place where a lot of the stuff would go either get reviewed or get played with for a week or two, and then it would either get up on the shelf or get put away in storage, never to be seen again. So I decided to kind of just lighten up on the collecting. Now, I really had to battle with myself on this guy because the Studio Series is not something I've been picking up. Really only just Bumblebee, Prime, and Jetfire were the only ones I've been picking up so far. I like the movies good enough. I'm not going to go into a debate about the movies themselves. Some of the designs I can take or leave. Now, the Constructicons from Revenge of the Fallen, most of them I'm really not a huge fan of. I do like construction vehicles, so I do like this construction vehicle. But I don't particularly care for the robot mode. So there are some Constructicons that I like. For example, Scrap Metal. I do like Scrap Metal well enough. Long Haul, I really like Long Haul. Long Haul is probably the one Constructicon from that series that I really, really liked. I really do like his design in both vehicle and in robot mode. Everybody else I can kind of take or leave. Not a big fan. However, Devastator, I do like that Devastator design. I'm a really big fan of that Devastator design. I know that's also kind of polarizing. People either love or hate it. I'm one of those that love it. So yeah, I debated with myself over getting this figure, but ultimately I do really kind of want to build that Devastator figure that this is going to build up to. It seems like it's going to be pretty huge, so I'm really kind of looking forward to that. So that means that I am definitely going to buy some figures that I'm not necessarily interested in, but ultimately I am interested in having that Devastator, so I am looking forward to that. So here we have Rampage. He is a bulldozer, and here in vehicle mode he's approximately 6 inches long, about 3.5 inches tall, and he looks good enough for vehicle mode. He does roll, and it roll nicely. He does, which is really cool because the threads don't move, but he does have these little wheels down here in the bottom that stick out of the threads. Then he has this little wheel down here which you can retract, which we're going to do later for vehicle mode and foot mode. So you can retract those. These are also retractable. You have to open the threads to do that, and we'll see that later in transformation. But he does roll, and he rolls pretty nicely. And just kind of going all the way around so you can see what the vehicle looks like all the way around. And yeah, not a bad bulldozer mode. This actually looks pretty nice. So getting into the transformation, because we do have 3 modes to look at. So we're gonna start. Let's start down here with the threads themselves, and these are just tabbed in. There's a tab and a slot right there, so just pull these guys right off. And then this is going to release the figure stand right there. So this is going to be our figure stand. This is that one-legged kind of a pogo stick looking figure, so he doesn't really have feet or legs to speak of, so we're going to need this to pose him later. So we'll set that off to the side. So we got this guy opened up. We're going to go right here. We're going to separate these two. Just kind of pull down on this. This center piece is going to rotate down, and this piece is going to rotate up. So we'll do that for both sides. There and there, and that is going to allow us to take the threads and just kind of open them up all the way, just like so. And most of the transformation you're going to find is going to be on the legs, rather on the arms themselves. So we're going to take the whole body here, open this up. There's 2 hinges. So there's, as you heard, there's a hinge right there. And that's going to be really more for Devastator. And then there's a hinge up here. This is the one we want to turn. So we're going to turn this all the way down like so. Reach down here in the bottom and pull out his little foot. And then you can bring the neck down, up, whatever. There's a hinge right there in the back, and then there's a ball joint up here, so you can kind of pose it around. I kind of like the way he looks with the neck down rather than up. And we need to move the camera up, don't we? So move that. So, yeah, instructions tell you to bring this up and just kind of face it down, but I think he kind of looks better that way. So, anyway, getting to it. So we're going to take, let's see what's next. We are going to take right here. This is that wheel that was sticking out. So I'm going to move this up out of the way real quick so you can see. There's a little tab, and then there's 2 slots right in there. I'll try to focus that in there. So there's 2 slots in there, one at the top, one at the bottom there. So you want the outermost one for the wheels to stick out for the vehicle mode. For robot and for foot mode, you're going to want to go to that bottom one there. So just move it down and peg it in just like so. This claw, we're going to bring this all the way around just like so. This piece we're going to open up like that. We're going to come around to this side and unpeg this one. And this is pegged in 2 spots. It's pegged in right in there, and then it's also pegged in right there. Bring this all the way around, turn the claw around, and then you can bring, as you saw right there at the shoulder, bring this down, and that's going to form his arm. And just kind of angle the claws any way you want, and then you also angle this pretty much any way you want. Just like that. Same thing on this arm. So we're going to bring the wheel down. And just going to go ahead and angle those out. Open this up. Bring this guy around. Little fiddly, but that is expected with a live action movie transformer, right? Unpeg here. Unpeg here. Bring this around. Angle the claw. And there, you've got Rampage in his robot mode. We'll go ahead and bring in his footstool there, and he can peg that in right there. And there you go. So there's Rampage in his robot mode. Here in robot mode, Rampage is approximately 7 inches tall right here at the back of his, I guess, his shoulder blades. Did I push this in? That should have been my very first step. So let me do this. So this is what this looked like in vehicle mode. That had the little wheel out. And then you can either just flip it this way or you can push it straight in like you saw me do a moment ago. So I guess I missed a step. But anyway, yeah, I'm measuring 7 inches at the back of the shoulder blade here, which is really kind of the tallest part on his robot mode. As far as posability, really not a whole lot. Like I said, there's a joint here at the base of the neck, so you can move the neck up and down. There's that hinge there, so you can move the neck side to side, and then a ball joint right behind the head, so you can pose it a little bit. You can use the leg joints if you want to kind of hunch them over. You can do that, you know, kind of pose him the way he looks best for you. Here at the shoulders, this got transformation joint right here. There is this joint right here. He can swivel right there as well. And then as you saw the claws, they can pivot right here at the base where this gear is at. The actual thumb or little finger claws themselves. This claw pivots here. It pivots up here. And this claw pivots at the base also up here. That's going to be about it. So not a whole lot of posing to do with this guy. You can kind of rotate that up and turn it. So if you want to do kind of like some reaching poses, you can do that. That's really going to be about it. So yeah, not a whole lot to write home about with this guy. For comparison, real quick, here he is with Jet Power, Optimus Prime, since these guys were kind of in the same scene together. So you can kind of get a feel what they look like. So he is a Voyager class figure. We'll set Prime off to the side, and we'll bring in the backdrop that came with Rampage. So he's got that pyramid scene backdrop there, and you can set him in right there. And there you go. That's what that would look like. So pretty cool, if that's your kind of thing. Alrighty, so now what is going to be, for me at least, the main event of this figure, and that's going to be the leg mode. So to do that, first thing we're going to do is take this, set it aside. We're not going to need that anymore. Put his foot away. And pretty much we're going to kind of get halfway back to vehicle mode. So we're going to push these out like so. And if you look at the vehicle mode, so this would have been the vehicle mode right there. As you can see, most of the vehicle right there. So you want the scoop facing this way, and then you want the body of the, or the cockpit of the vehicle pointing straight up. We're already halfway there. And we're really going to concentrate on the arms themselves. So we're going to start right here. We're going to take the wheel and push this down so that we can get it out of the way. And what we're going to do here is we're going to take this upper part of the arm right here, and we're going to turn this around. We're going to get halfway, and then we're going to turn the claw here on this hinge. So we're going to go from one side to the other. Just like that. Bring it around. And then there is a tab that's going to peg in on this slot right here. It takes a little bit of doing. You got to lift up a little bit, but there you go. So that'll get it there. We can bring this back and tab it back into place. We're going to take this one is just going to go back around and peg the same way it was in vehicle mode. It doesn't seem like it's tabbed in, does it? There it goes. There it goes. Now it's tabbed in. So that's just going to go back the way it was in vehicle mode. And then this claw here, just kind of bring it around and just kind of make it flat like that. And that's it. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So bring this down. Once again, we are going to move the wheel piece out of the way. Rotate this guy around. Flip this around. And peg that into place. Like so. Just like that. We can bring the wheel back to its place. Bring this guy flat. Come around the other side. Bring this guy up and over. And tab it in just the way it was in vehicle mode. Just like that. So now, make sure that these are pointing up. And we want these pointing down. Bring the head down all the way. And then we're going to close these right back up again. The shoulders are going to clip in right here. And then these two gray pieces are going to clip in together. So we're going to bring that there. Clip that in there. Make sure the shoulders are clipped in. And that's easily done by just kind of pushing them in towards each other right here at the base. This is also going to help. We're going to bring these two bars back down again. And going to get them right back where they were in vehicle mode. On both sides. That's really going to help stabilize the whole thing like that. Straighten that out. And at this point, we're just kind of straightening things out. Getting things out of other things' ways. Bring the threads back up and close them up. Bring this down and angle it at that piece right there. So we want to make a 90 right here. And bring this down. Finally, we're going to take this piece right here and open this up. And there you go. That is going to be Devastator's left leg mode right there. And we're going to have a little bit of ankle tilt this way and that way. That's about it. So now, this is the way the instructions tell you to do it. However, I've kind of done a little bit of modification on this for my own purposes. So what I like to do, and I find that this actually stabilizes the foot a little more because you can see the toes are kind of pointing in towards each other. So what I like to do is I'm going to separate these and I'm going to pop the head up and over and then bring these right back down again. So I'm going to do that and then I'm going to bring these claws. So now that we have the face of the robot right there, I'm going to bring these claws up this way rather to kind of help cover up the face of the robot. Come around the bottom here and I am going to bring these up as far as they'll let me. And now I'm going to bring back that stand piece. The stand piece again is tabbed in here and here. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to tab that into place. Now, usually in vehicle mode, it's tabbed this way so that little foot is pointing outwards. I'm actually going to point it in. And this is why I moved the head up because that's usually where the head sits. But that's going to separate it. I can close this right back up again. Tab everything into place. And I find that this is going to really help me stabilize the foot. Keeps it straight. It gives something to do with that stand. And by bringing the claws up, I was able to hide the face. And it doesn't get in the way of the articulation for Devastator. I can still bring the ankle all the way down, tilt it forward, tilt it back, and side to side. And it doesn't hit the head. And I think that looks a little better, at least in my opinion. And this is the way I plan to have them combined with my figure. And real quick, I did forget one step when I transformed them to robot mode, and that's these flaps here where they're the sides are tabbed into the side of the vehicle right there on those slots. These little flaps will fold inwards for your robot mode. You're going to do that on both sides. So I did forget that step during transformation. There I am. I corrected myself. So, yep, that's it. There is Studio Series 37 Constructicon Rampage. Again, I'm not a huge fan, like I said. I kind of went into the details of that at the beginning of the video, but I am looking forward to long haul. I want to see that figure because I really do like it. I love the Revenge of the Fallen long haul figure that I already have, and I'm really looking forward to see what Studio Series is going to do with it. And of course, I am looking forward to having Devastator completely built up. So that is going to do it for Transformers Studio Series 37 Constructicon Rampage. What did you think of this figure? Let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. Please share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.